Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Uh, I'm trying to wake up here. I'm going to give you a heads up now. I'm sure Caroline can attest to this. We have some major wind going through Connecticut right now. Really, really big gusts. Like we have winds of 40 to 60 miles an hour with gusts. I think they said up to 100, if I'm not mistaken. So, my Wi-Fi is shitty at best. So, I'm not really sure, if my Wi-Fi will hold up. So, just wanted to let you know. The weather is freaking crazy right now. It's going to be a high temperature of 58 today. After we just left like high temperatures of upper 20s. So, Mother Nature's pissed. And we're going to let her do her thing. Okay, fine. My Wi-Fi could crap out at any time, so I apologize for that if that happens. But other than that, welcome in, everybody. I had my usual pee break between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, and Smash was on, so I went in there, and she was playing Megan's Live from yesterday. For those of you who didn't hear hers or didn't hear the original, I just want to play the part where Jen is in there. Now, to give you kind of some background on what this live was about, okay? Some a-hole a couple days ago called CPS on Megan. And CPS showed up at her door again, because this isn't the first time it's happened. As I've said all along, people need to stop doing this shit. I mean, I could spend an entire day listing how many times or how many reasons why it's so wrong to be doing this. Okay? And even though Megan and I are not on Christmas card lists, I feel badly for her. And I feel badly for her daughter because this is bullshit. And it's got to stop. And I've been saying that for a long time. Services like that should only be used when you see and you feel that there is danger for a child. That's it. You don't use it as a means to get back at somebody because you don't like them. I mean, that is the biggest bullshit excuse and reason I have ever seen for people to do shit like that. But there are shitty people on this app, as we know, that continue to do this stuff. So, Megan was talking about the visit from DCF. Obviously, she's angry, and I know you're going to make me yawn. Thanks, please. She's angry. She's sad for her daughter, and we can all feel those things, we can all feel those things. Because it's wrong. It's wrong. Yes, Megan, a couple days ago it happened. Play when Jen gets into a box. Okay, now, the talk right now, this is about 2.5 hours in. Okay? The talk right now is regarding, Megan's situation. This is her live. And people have been going up and talking about, traumas that they've had regarding DCF and how some people were really, triggered by the knock on the door and all that stuff. I'm not going to play that. I'm not going to play that, okay? I'm going to play the part where Jen comes in. So let's hear that. Oh, she just jumped in. Let me preface it with this. Jen was off the app most of this year. Jen was an afterthought on TikTok. Jen and I continued to be in conversation via email up until August or September. As soon as that recording came out of her alleging that the homies were doing something, that was all I needed to know that Jen was exactly the same she has been, because that call was recorded in April or May. So everything that she had been saying through all of our email conversations, obviously didn't know about that phone call like all of us, except for a couple people, until it was released in, I think it was end of September, beginning October. That's when Jen became topic again. Jen, you're going to hear a lot of lies come out of her mouth here, and I'm going to pause so you can hear it, and I can comment on it. But let's hear this.
When's enough, man? Girl. When is enough? This is ridiculous.
Okay, so when's enough? And everybody's like, oh, yeah, Jen's right. What happened to Megan? It's enough. No more of this. Go up and support the host. No more of this. This needs to stop. But no, that's not why Jen jumped up there.
Because Scammy was just saying in one of her lives that you can get that she went after Monster, and then we had that.
Of course I went after Monster. Jen, Monster's not your problem, okay? We know you're trying to get these people 100% on board with you, which is fine. Because as I've said before, eventually they will all figure out who you are. And you all do what you need over there, because we're all watching. We know how this all ends up. I mean, it's simple.
Thing in your live the other night with tea and stuff. And then all of a sudden you get a knock at the door, and I get a knock this morning.
You got a knock this morning?
It was the dog warden.
The dog warden?
Yes, ma'am. They come in and they looked around because somebody said that I wasn't taking care of them, I wasn't feeding them, and that was a lie.
Are you fucking...
Okay, so somebody needs to answer this question for me. Jen has said multiple times that nobody knows where she lives. Sarah, happy birthday! Woohoo! Yay, Sarah! Oh, I wish you nothing but the best in this upcoming year. That is fantastic. All the best, my friend. So, as I was saying, Jen has said multiple times that nobody can find where she is because her address is scrubbed because of her DV situation. She said, nobody can find where I am. Nobody knows where I am. Nobody can find where I am because my address cannot be looked up. So how did a dog warden find your address? Because I'm sure if your dog is registered and all that, for a dog license, I'm sure you didn't change it. That would probably be kind of low on your priority list, I would assume, since you've been very busy working. So how would they know where you are? Right, except the people who send her gifts and stuff like that. So here's Megan, okay? And everybody talking about CPS going to her house falsely, and Jen has to go up there, and miraculously, the next day, a dog warden goes to her house.
Kidding me.
Well, no.
There's a dog warden.
And how many times have we heard this voice, okay?
Animal control.
What the
This voice.
fuck?
And they used to do that to
Wow.
me back when I was in sober living. They would always call them on me.
They would always call. Yet
Now it's
she's
all
got
all over again.
no
Well,
proof of anything.
I got a message last night, and I don't know if this person wants this information out there, but I'm going to say it without giving full details. Somebody called somebody's complex and reported this person for making crystal meth in her apartment, which is a full fucking lie.
Jesus.
Wow.
So Jen has been shut down now, okay, because Megan has brought up a different topic, right?
Holy shit.
So that makes me think I have the problem because you guys are standing behind me and
Listen to this.
No, it's not because of
all
you,
the
girl. The
proof I
fucking
got. I could show screenshots. I could show everything that they do to me.
Bullshit, Jen. You never show a screenshot. You say you have so much proof of everything. I got screenshots. I could show you proof of anything, but you never show anything. Because you're with the perfect group over there to talk bullshit because they don't need proof. They believe you at face value, which is what a lot of people, when you were on this app in your car begging for money and scamming people out of money, many of those people took you at face value, and look what they got. So anytime you say, I've got proof, I could show you screenshots, it's amazing how not one time have you showed a fucking screenshot. So, you know what? Smash said it the best last night. Smash said, like, anybody is going to believe you because all you've done is lie. So pretty much when you make an allegation and you don't show something to back it up, nobody believes you.
Everybody knows what they have done to me.
Jen, we believe you.
Shouldn't
There's
have
no
to show
reason.
anything else.
Do not give them that. There's no reason to show any of that.
Of course
We
not.
over here believe you, and that's all that should matter to you.
I want everybody to remember that phrase. We believe you over here, and that's all that should matter to you. You don't have to show any proof. Okay. Remember that.
Fuck the haters. You do not show nothing anymore.
Not that she ever did, but...
Real quick before I go back into
Okay, I'm going to fast forward through this because Jen doesn't talk for a while.
two situations.
It wasn't as loud as I am now with me. Called on her. I voice called and fucking the FBI your friends and make a fucking ruckus out of it. You come on in, 19 people.
I love this too. Megan's saying that she could see how many people are watching from the outside. All the window lickers. Unless she has some magical app. You can see now? I can't see. How do I see how many people are looking from the outside? Could somebody tell me? How do you do it, Northern Chick? Tell me everything. Because I looked it up. I did research on it, and everything that I saw said that you can't do it. You know some creators can see. Okay, people are saying, how do you see it? How can you do it? The only number, when you're outside and you're looking into a live, you can see a number of how many people are in her live. Petty uses TikTok Studio. Next to it. I have never seen it. I have never seen it. I am. Someone's gonna have to like message me because I've looked it up. I couldn't find it. I mean, I could be wrong, but I mean, I looked, and everything says that you can't see. As a host, you cannot see how many people are on the outside looking in. I can see a number of how many people are in here right now, but I can't see how many people are looking from the outside.
Everybody's welcome here. I don't give a fuck who you are. Come in. Engage in the chat. If me and popular are going to think it's a false fucking allegation. Now, I need for you guys to all remember that when you're out there on the streets calling fucking CPS on all these fucking people over bullshit. The little boy who cried fucking wolf. Remember that. Who was in...
That was fucking gross.
Jen should be spouting up in a second. Hold on.
Jesus.
That other voice is Joyce, by the way.
Put a video up.
Okay, here it is.
Can I say something else before I go? Because I gotta get ready for work.
Absolutely.
Scammy put a video up of my video from the 4th of December, I guess, and she's sitting there saying that she's going to drag me and that she's talked to a few people and I need to continue with the black screen when I go live. And then if Monster wants to come up, this is about
of course,
her
bring
conversation
Monster.
with Scammy.
Bring Monster.
Scammy told Monster that what I'm continuing to do. What am I continuing to do?
Okay, you are dry begging. You're getting funding behind the scenes. You're getting groceries delivered. You did a wish list, and you're getting free stuff because something's not right, Jen. Again, you know. She's going to say in a few seconds, Scammy, why is my financial situation important to you? I'll tell you, Jen, again. Over the summer, you were crowing about how you're making so much money and you're so happy and you have a savings account and you don't need anything from anybody. And when you need something, you buy it yourself. You're very proud of yourself. And I said I was proud of you too. I was. I can find that email. It'll take me a while because we had a lot of emails between each other. I can find that though. I find it funny. Why is it, Jen, that you can't go into a box and not bring me up? I mean, I am taking... I live so much in your head rent free that I don't know how there's space for anything else. Because every time you go somewhere, you bring me up. Remember, my friend, none of this started until the homie tape came out and you alleged a lot of bullshit on people. And then you decided to go into Florida Man's box and lie. And I proved you wrong there. Saying that I sent you 9 or 10 cash apps or whatever it was. And it was one from almost 2 years ago for $1 where I said for candy canes. You're forgetting that myself and a lot of people on here know everything that has happened with you. The people over there don't. They choose to stick their head in the sand. And that's fine. But we know the wash, rinse, and repeat cycle. We know it. And we know how this ends.
But work, live a clean, sober life, and be happy for a change, and live my life. Does that bother her so much that I'm actually doing the right thing? Does it not comprehend to people that maybe Jen's finally got it?
Now remember, this was all about Megan and CPS showing up to her house. And now we've turned it into Jen and her dog. And everything else. Oh, I'm a victim. I'm a victim. I have not made a video on Jen unless it was a video proving that she was lying about something.
Maybe I'm doing freaking great, and my bank account is none of her business.
Well, you lied then, Jen. You lied.
Shit happens.
You lied, Jen. How is it that you're making so much money, 4 or 5 months ago, and now all of a sudden, back in, October with FWA's live, all of a sudden she can't get food. And let's not forget, guys, there are food banks, right? There are food banks that are available. We know that. Because remember when Jen was living in her first apartment? She made every excuse up. Oh, I can't go to the food bank because I can't carry the groceries up the stairs because of my knees. Remember that one? Hey, Snarky streaming. Remember that whole thing? People were helping her with resources for food banks and all that. And there was always an excuse.
Life, I had to fix the truck. I don't have to tell people what I had to do, but I feel like I have to all the time. But no. And now she put another video up about when I attempted twice. She knows exactly when I did that because she was bouncing back and forth from being mean to me, not to being mean to me, being mean to me, not to being mean to me.
Really, Jen? So, okay. You and I have been emailing since the end of last year. Over a year now. Up until the summer of 2024, when you stopped begging, we were not friends at all. But when you stopped with the begging and you stopped with posting your financial apps. I stopped. That was like August of 2024. You and I were emailing back and forth up until this past summer. So explain this to me. And I defended her, and I caught a lot of heat for it. But this is the thing that absolutely slays me, okay? She has been putting this whole thing together about how I was the reason why she tried to end things a couple times. Can you tell me what type of person, if somebody pushed them so far where they claim that they tried to end things, would that person reach out to the person who supposedly pushed them that far and send them an email on Christmas Day saying, Merry Christmas to you. Hope you and your family have a great day? Does that make any sense? See, the difference is I show proof of her lying all the time. Yet they let her talk and talk and talk and make these bullshit allegations without showing any proof of anything. So these people that allow her to do that really are you letting her use their platform to slander people. And you know what? That's not a good thing. It's not a good thing.
I know I don't want to second guess myself, but man, come on. How many times do you have to drag somebody?
Drag? You keep bringing me up.
She straight up is dragging me to push me over the edge. That's exactly what she's doing.
I'm dragging her to put her over the edge, but I don't even talk on her unless I'm playing something where she's talking about me. She's always got to play victim. Yet she is the one who keeps box hopping, bounces more than a freaking basketball on an NBA court, from box to box. Brings my name up all the time, lies. I keep showing proof that she's lying. She never shows proof that she's telling the truth, and they're okay with it, which is fine. Because as I said, sooner or later, it will all come out. Case in point, FWA. Everybody was good with FWA. All of these people over there were in her boxes, in her lives. And it was a parasitic relationship. And whatever the parasite is, you can name them because they're all guilty of it. FWA was okay with all those people being over there because she was making bank and she had views. How many times did they put bullshit out over there about people? Lie about people, drag people, make fun of people. And FWA was okay with it because she was making bank. Back in July, when everybody started going over here, over there, I laughed and I said, well, this is not going to end well because we know how this is going to end. And sure enough, that's how it ended. Shit turned sour, and now all of a sudden, Florida Man and her are going after each other. And again, let's be clear. FWA's main purpose of being on TikTok is to make money. I don't know how many times she said it. I mean, that's what it's all about there. And they used her platform because they wanted to start spreading a bunch of bullshit on that side of TikTok. So now, FWA is the problem. They were okay with her when the shit came down with her charges that she's got right now. They were okay with that. But now it's a problem. They were okay gifting her and send the populas and hitting her up on her Cash App. They were okay with that, but now that's a problem for them. Right. They were defending her charges until they weren't defending her charges anymore. We know I brought this up back in July that this would not last long. It lasted a lot longer than I thought. No, they are not besties anymore. So now FWA has a problem with Florida Man and calling him out on his warrant, which he had when he was in her boxes, but she didn't have a problem with it. And now FM's calling her out for her charges, and everybody else over there is now hate FWA. The same thing will happen with Jen and this group. It will definitely happen.
And this is why it's so important for you not to listen, to pay attention, because we all know she wants to break you.
Yeah.
The less you know is the better for you.
I was just going to say that. I wouldn't even look at her videos. I'm sure either you're blocked or she's blocked from you, but like, I can't even imagine going through that. Like, I get upset over the shit that's made of me, and it has nothing to even do with those subjects, just about my appearance and stuff. So I wouldn't even acknowledge it.
This is the funny thing, because this is the same thing that Jen did when she used to come on TikTok. She sits in a box and she has an agenda of what she wants to say. And she doesn't listen to anything in the boxes that people are saying because she is so hell-bent on getting her position out on me where people are giving her advice and she doesn't give a shit.
I'm sure either you're blocked or she's blocked from you, but like, I can't even imagine going through that. Like, I get upset over the shit that's made of me, and it has nothing to even do with those subjects, just about my appearance and stuff. So I wouldn't even acknowledge it.
See? She's not even listening.
When she sits there and says that she don't go real life and stuff, she's a liar.
Now listen.
She sends people after me. She has that.
Jen, I want you to prove that because you know what? Let me tell you something. I have had about enough with you making false allegations. I've had it because you know that's wrong. I've never done that. Sent people. I am hoping to God, you have been threatening me for almost 2 years now regarding hitting me with a court case. And I have been hoping to God you do that because I have so much proof of all the lies you keep making, all the defamatory comments like this one, where I'm sending people and I go real life and you never show any fucking proof of it. So I'm going to say this, Jen. I've seen your new videos. Congratulations on all the Christmas stuff you asked for and you got. I'm not really sure how a ring goes into Christmas decorations, but whatever. But it's very easy for you to upload those pictures of things that people buy you. I want you to start uploading proof of everything you're saying. And I can hear it now. I don't have to show you proof, right, because it doesn't exist. You said a couple months ago that I'm making your job a lot easier. I'm making your case a lot easier. Jen, make the fucking case already against me, please. I've got time. Have vehicle, will travel. Do it, please. Do it. You've been threatening that for years. And you do realize that constantly threatening people with lawyers and with court is considered a type of harassment. Now, does it bother me enough right now to do anything about you? No, it doesn't. Because honestly, you're not worth my time. I've got much better things going in my life than taking time out of my life. But every time you make these false allegations, I do have a recording of it. So I triple dog dare you to take me to court. Because it's really going to be weird for a judge to see all of these emails that you sent of me thanking me because you're sober, saying that I'm the reason why you got sober. Multiple times you put that in emails. Thanking me for your support. Thanking me for sticking up for you. Saying you understood why I did what I did. Snark is in here. Welcome in, Snark. I thought, you thought SP. Wait, which one is Snark? I don't think she's in here. Oh, is she in here really? Don't block her. She can say. I don't care. I'm not going to block her. It's okay. Let her stay. Oh, she's streaming me. Oh, well, that's different. I mean, there's streaming me and there's being in here. Either way, if she's got an account to come in, she can sit in here. I don't care.
Video still, well, and she still holds to it about what my brother and sister said about me. I mean, that's a lie in itself. And I mean, she does go real life.
Mm-hmm.
And she does make the phone calls. She does, because when I was getting ready to get out of sober living, looking for apartments, she befriended me again.
Nope.
and was like, "What area are you looking into? I can help you."
So I befriended you again when you got out of sober living. When did she get out of sober living? Does anybody know that? When did she move? I'm not clear of that because she really wasn't online when she got out of there. Guys, keep it cutesy, please. So March. I befriended her again in March. How is that possible, Jen? When you sent me an email on Christmas last year that I posted. And we have bunches of emails before that and after that. How is it that I befriended you again when we were already friends? I mean, really, Jen, it's so easy to show the lies that you make. You don't need to lie to these people. They already don't like me. It's not like it's going to make them not like me anymore. Seriously. You're trying too hard. Seriously. You don't need to.
You're working. And every low income apartment that I tried to get, they already knew my name when I said my name. They looked down at the piece of paper and was like, "Oh yeah, we're full. We can't accept you." I mean, come on.
I was a
I know what
property
they do.
manager,
They
and
know
that's
what they do.
illegal. They can't do that shit.
So she's implying that myself or other people behind the scenes were calling every low income housing project to tell people not to rent to her? What? I mean, again, the thing that's so funny about this is she's saying that I told her that I wanted to help her, which was true. I said to her, if you need any help finding anything, I will be more than willing to help you because I've got free time. Because obviously, I with the retirement and all that. Now, again, why would all of a sudden I befriend her and start saying that I'll help her find an apartment? That would be effing creepy. But we had been emailing for months and months and months before that. And I was going to really help her, okay? And I'm sure she said no, which is fine. And I don't even think she told me what area anyway. So I'm not even sure how this is possible. But again, she won't show any proof of it, so.
They cannot do that. I wish she would have been able to get a lawyer and fucking sue the shit out of her and the places you looked at, because that's illegal. Yeah. They cannot
Joyce,
do that.
Joyce,
Believe me, I know.
Joyce, listen. This is what happens when people have no clue of what's going on. And Joyce, you have absolutely no clue. This is what happens when you don't know the backstory on people. Y'all believe her at face value because you don't need proof. And then what happens is you stick up for this person. And you look foolish.
I've been trying to do that. That's where some my extra money goes, is paying a lawyer to sue a few people. But you know,
do they have legal aid in the
don't handle this. Legal aid down here don't handle this.
Yeah, she's a legal advisor. Joyce is living in Canada, but like, I guess Joyce is also fluent in United States criminal and civil law also.
To figure all this out. I have PTSD when all this comes on.
Oh, there's the PTSD. Let's bring the PTSD.
My plate is full, man.
Let's bring the PTSD up again, okay? Because she has been bringing shit up in everybody's box, and I'm showing what she's doing is lying. It's PTSD. So what she wants is this. She wants to be able to have the ability to just drop her lies all over TikTok in everybody's boxes. without any ramifications of her actions, without anybody saying, wait a minute, she's lying about that. Because what will Jen do when she starts getting clapback? What is her number one go-to when that happens? I'm not going to say it. Yep. There it is. There it is. Yep, exactly. It's like part of the time I feel like she does this on purpose so people will defend themselves and point out when she lies so she could go with that whole story again. And then she'll get the sympathy. Jen's dented laptop is in the house. Oh, yeah. All we need is Officer Smitty, and it's a party. And how do I know? How do I know this? Because she's done this a million times.
Last night I got some peace when I did my Christmas stuff. And I thank Monster and everybody for helping me with the Christmas. But if this is going to get...
You like how she ties that in there? Do you like how she ties that in there? The only time I got peace last night was when I opened the gifts that people sent me. Thank you guys for thank you everybody that's sending. And those of us that have listened to Jen for a long time, we know that voice. We know that voice that she's using right now. That I'm on the verge of crying, but I'm not crying voice. How many times have we heard that in the car with her saying that she needs to get into a hotel because she needs, it's too cold in there for the cat and the dog? How many times has, she done that sitting in her apartment saying that she's going to get kicked out because people are calling her apartment? Oh, gee. All of these other people, all these people that listen to Jen and believe this shit, they can do it. The problem is there are hundreds of us that know this.
Other people hurt, just back away from me. This is bad, you guys. I wish I was as strong as Megan. I really do. I look up to her. Oh, God, do I look up to her. But it's just, they're not going to stop till they get what they want.
And what is that, Jen? What are you alluding to for the 5,000th time that you've been on TikTok? Wait, we got Smitty too? Shut up. We got Smitty? Officer Smitty is looking for Jen's laptop. Oh my God, that is fucking hilarious. You can't hear me? Oh my God, that is hilarious. I feel honored. Okay, you can hear me fine? I feel honored that Officer Smitty and Jen's dented laptop is in here. It's like a reunion. It really is. I know Jen. Jen's decorations are missing. Oh, Lordy. I've watched Jen long enough to see these patterns over and over again. Same thing over and over and over. But as I said it in Scams Live yesterday, and I said it in Smash's Live when she was streaming it. And I wanted to bring this up because this tells you exactly how Jen is, okay? Megan's having a live yesterday because she's bringing up the situation which happened with her with CPS going over there, which was absolute bullshit, okay? It's got to stop. This bullshit has got to stop. So Megan's telling her story. People are going up there and they're livid, as you can imagine, which I agree with. People are telling stories about, when it happened to them falsely, and there's people talking about when they were kids and it happened in their house. I mean, it's horrible. And what happens? Jen has to come up in a box and she has to make it about herself again. About her dog. And about how the dog warden came. Which really is not comparable to a CPS call, quite honestly. Officer Smitty, very, very happy holidays to you and yours. Not comparable. And then she goes up there, and rather than, focusing on what the topic was, she's got to bring up everything else. And she brings up me. And she brings up lies about what I'm doing. Never showing proof because she can't, because it's bullshit. And then she sits over there and cries, saying that everybody's after her. And then she'll play a victim. Everybody's out to get me. Everybody's doing this to me. Everybody's lying. This person does this to me. I have so much proof. That I could show, but she never does show. And again, that should be a huge red flag to anybody. But let's go back to a similar situation. When something happened and it wasn't about Jen and she needed to get the focus back on her. Back in 2024, when her mod April passed away, unexpectedly, of natural causes, even though Jen wanted to spread some disgusting rumor about how she passed, Jen went live when the information came out. Came online and crying about how upset she was. And of course, at the time, her mod Teresa was trying to be the number one pit bull again. And Teresa had showed so much proof about Jen, but again, sometimes people have to learn on their own. So people are absolutely devastated with this unexpected loss of April. Yeah, I've seen Jackie. Jackie's messaged me. She's been in lives. I believe she's working during the day still. So, as people are in her boxes, visibly upset and shaken with this news, what does Jen do? All of a sudden, Jen, of course, interrupts when people are sharing memories of April. And she goes, I just want to tell everybody that I got some bad news. And it was that same voice she has now, the same voice she's using now. I can't talk about it. Teresa, you can tell people. And of course, Teresa, Billy Big Balls, Well, Jen just found out, again, she has cancer. They found a lump. And now, so we go from the shocking loss of one of her supposed good friends, which we then found out, if you remember, because I remember Dora showed the messages. She had actually been bullying April the whole time, especially towards the end. And it turned from having a live about the passing of her friend to all of a sudden she has cancer, which again was a lie. And it was the second time she lied about having cancer. But again, right, it was a lump. It was a lump, and it's a miraculous because from that point on, she never talked about it again. Just like her ectopic pregnancy, where she said, what? Like 5 months? 5 months? She said that it was terminated. Which was a lie. And how do we know that's a lie? Because she lied about having ashes in a storage unit, which she used as a money grab. So people would send her money so she could keep paying on the storage unit because it had ashes in there. When we find out from what her family members said, it was a DNC. And if you know what a DNC is, you can't get ashes from a DNC. But she used that for a long time. But we've talked about this stuff before, okay? Most people on TikTok, and it doesn't matter who you support, who you are, we have all been affected by somebody who either has had cancer, who is fighting cancer now, who has passed on because of cancer. And unfortunately, the sad truth is that many of us, if we don't have it now, sometime in the future, some of us will. And it's not something funny to lie about. But she's done it twice. And there are people that still support somebody like that. which blows my mind. But as I said, they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. The same reaction many of us now are having on both sides of the FWA Florida Man group saga, where we're sitting and watching, and we knew stuff would end up like this. Though the reactions we're having now will be the same reactions we have when, the whole thing with Jen and this group blows up. So, I will say this now because it is absolutely true. Every time Jen says lies and makes false allegations, I will absolutely respond back to him. Because that's what you do. You defend yourself. When people continue to make false allegations on an app, all you can do is record them. And if it ever comes time where you are continually threatened with a court suit, with a lawsuit, you have those in your back pocket to not only prove the person is lying, but to bury them in court. And again, the what she is not remembering is this. There are hundreds and hundreds of people that know about Jen. And there are hundreds of people that have all the recordings of Jen over the years that can find a live that she had where she said a specific thing that was not correct and can pull it up in a half hour to an hour. I do believe people can change. If I didn't believe that, I wouldn't have stopped streaming her lives in August of 2024. I wouldn't have stuck up for her and told people, why are you streaming her? She's not begging. She's not asking for anything anymore. I believe she did change. But when I heard that phone recording where she was lying on the homies and a bunch of other people, that's when I washed my hands of her. Because that showed me that she didn't change. One other thing I want to talk about quickly, and then I'm going to get out of here because I have some stuff to do. I had posted that video on my page about Regional Hospice of Danbury, and I did make something clear in the comments, and I don't know if people saw it. I think people are assuming that when you are on Facebook and you have a fundraiser for an organization on there, that the money that is donated to the organization goes through the person who created the fundraiser, which is not true. The money goes directly to the organization. Now, I want to say $1,600 was raised. I would have to go back and look. in honor of my father, for the money to go to regional hospice for their expenses to be able to run the program that they have. That money did not go to pay any bills for my father. My father was very, my father was very smart, with his finances. Once all the kids got out of the house, my parents were able to save money. And I remember when we were trying to figure out where my father wanted to go when, they had said that, my brother and I were there in the hospital with my dad, and we were trying to figure out where he wanted to go, where he would be most comfortable. And my father, being who he was, he did not want to be a burden on anybody, because I was all ready to bring him back to my house here, because we have the in-law apartment. And I said, we can bring somebody in from hospice to be here with you at the house and all that. And he didn't want to do that. He wanted to go off site, off the house, away from the house where there were people there 24/7, that could help him. When my father got sick, I became, obviously, I had the co-owner of his accounts. Okay, so I know how much money he had in his savings and his checking and all that. And my father didn't want to spend a lot of money on his care. So I lied to him and I said, yeah, Dad, it's amazing. We got you in regional hospice and your insurance is going to pay for it. And he's like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah. And I had spoken to my brothers about it, and I'm like, yeah, insurance doesn't pay for it. And anybody who has had the ability to have a loved one be able to stay at a hospice knows just how beautiful these facilities are. Where he went, you guys could check this place, Regional Hospice of Danbury. I want to say they only had one floor, okay? I want to say the most patients they had at a time there, I want to say 13 or 14. Obviously, they had their own rooms. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. And they had like one nurse for every patient. So it wasn't like your loved one ever had to wait for something, But it was expensive. And I didn't care. And my brothers didn't care. My dad was all about, when I pass, I want you guys to have the money and all that. And, my brothers and I were like, fuck that. This doesn't matter. We want him to be somewhere where he's happy and he's getting the proper care and he's comfortable. That was the most important thing. He's comfortable. So the fundraiser was for that organization, and it was for their costs for running the organization. My father's bills were paid. Everything was paid. It was as a thank you. A thank you for the organization for all the work they do. So I'm sure there are people that are running still with the story that it was a fundraiser for myself or family to financially gain off of it, which is wrong. I can't say enough about that organization, and Be Kind. What you guys do is amazing. Like, to be the bridge between somebody who lived well to somebody who is physically and mentally and spiritually in a dark place, and to be that bridge between them and going on to the next part of, their history, to go on to where they believe they are going to after life, is amazing. I don't know how you guys do it. To not only be able to do your job, but to be so strong for the family members that are having a hard time, dealing with it. It's, I can't thank you guys enough. And I will always be forever grateful for the regional hospice in Danbury. So, but yeah, I wanted to put that out there because I was getting rumblings that people thought that the money for that fundraiser was going to pay my father's bills, which is far from it. When you do a fundraiser on Facebook, the money goes straight to the organization, and Regional Hospice being a 501c3, the money goes right to them. So, amazing organization. So, but yes, scam, exactly. So, I'm going to get off here because I got things and all the things to do today. I think I'm going to try to wrap some gifts and get a couple things done around here. All I could say is this, I'm tired of the Jen saga. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing the lies. I'm tired of hearing the false allegations. The new one today, or the new one in that live, was that I go real life and I call people and I've been having people follow her. Just stop, Jen. Just stop. You've made posts recently about the gifts that you've gotten. Make posts about the proof you have. Because according to you, you have so much proof that you could post. Well, prove it. You know what? Shut me up. Show people that I'm a liar. Show proof that I make calls and go real life on you, and that I have people following you. Show the proof. And if you don't have the proof, shut up. Just stop. Because it's getting old. I'm not going anywhere, Jody. I'm not going anywhere. It's not going to happen. Guys, have a wonderful afternoon. Have a wonderful evening. I don't expect to come back on today. But stay safe out there, especially in New England here, where it is a little dicey right now. But other than that, I will talk to you soon. Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.